welcome if you're new here. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's video, I will be talking about my goals for this new year. I don't like making New Year's resolutions. I truly never make resolutions at the beginning of the year. I just feel that they're just meant to be broken for some reason. But I think there are two reasons. I think the first reason is I don't like my goals to feel like a burden or for them to be unattainable standards of which I cannot live up to. For example, I think that it would be okay to say that I want to read more this year. But I would never say I want to read so many books this year. Because just that number is already an expectation, and it could also even turn into a burden at some point. So I can say that I want to spend more time outdoors, but I wouldn't say I want to spend so many hours outside, because I don't want those goals to feel like burdens, because I think that it could take the joy out of that beautiful goal that you have set out for yourself and just make it more of an expectation than a true desire to accomplish something. So the second reason is that I don't like to think of the beginning of the year as the only time in which we can set goals for ourselves or to make adjustments or even go on a new direction. Because I think we can always set out goals for ourselves. But this year, for some reason, I feel these goals come at this very moment, at the beginning of the year, and that's okay too, because I do see every year as a new beginning, and so it's okay, and I will take this moment to make these goals, and I will be sharing them with you. So I only have 3 goals, and they all have to do with being a better mommy and a better wife, because I know that ultimately this will honor and glorify God, which is my greatest desire. So my first goal is to be well rested. So in order to do this, I will be going to sleep earlier, and at some point I also want to wake up earlier. But before I can do that, I need to make some adjustments to go to sleep earlier. And the reason I want to be well rested is to give the best of myself to my little princess and my husband. I want to give them the best of me, and so I know that I need to also feel better, to have more energy, and just to be a better mom and wife. And so this is actually very difficult for me, because because as moms, you will understand, I have so much to do all day, and during the evenings I'm still trying to catch up, and so it's hard for me to get my little princess to go to sleep at the right time. But I'm just trying to get better at that, and I'm trying to hurry and get everything finished earlier so that I can have her go to sleep earlier, and that gives me a little more time at the end of the day to also relax with my husband, but also to go to sleep earlier. And so I have been able to do that by a margin of 30 minutes each day, and so that has helped us a lot, because she's going to sleep 30 minutes earlier, and I do feel that that extra time of sleeping has helped me a lot, and so I hope to make it maybe an hour or maybe even more than that. But for now it's 30 minutes, and I think it does help so much. And so eventually I also want to wake up earlier, because I already wake up really early in the morning But my little princess does too. She's an early riser, and so in order to have a little time in the morning, I need to also wake up earlier than her because I want to spend some time in the Word of God in the morning when it's all nice and quiet. Because for now, I am studying His Word in the evenings, and sometimes it's a little noisy in our house. And I still get so much from it. I'm still able to focus. But I just think it's so beautiful when we get that time alone with God in the silence of the morning. And so that is something I want to attain. And I know that going to sleep earlier and getting more rest is also gonna give me time to be in the presence of God in the morning. So the second goal is to reduce screen time for myself. Because I do work from my phone. I have a little Etsy shop and I have 2 Instagram accounts. One to promote my shop and one for the channel. And I also have my YouTube channel now. And so I do have to be active on my Instagram accounts, and I'm always trying to create posts and also, take pictures, edit them for the shop, and also just be ready to answer comments on my YouTube channel or on the Instagram accounts. And so I have a lot going on my phone, but I don't like it when it interferes with my time with my family. And so, for example, I was noticing that in the mornings while I was getting my little princess ready and just pushing her along and telling her what she was gonna do next and getting her ready for breakfast, doing her hair, I was also looking at the phone and just seeing if there were any notifications, if there were any comments. And so even though I wasn't completely engaged with the phone, I was checking it. And I don't want to do that anymore. So it's been a while now. I think it's been 2 or 3 weeks that I do not do that anymore. So in the morning, what I do is I play some beautiful worship instrumental melodies, and I just sit with my little princess and talk with her and have breakfast with her. And it's just so beautiful. And I feel so much freedom doing that I don't have to look at the phone. And now I want to do that in other areas that are just untouchable areas of my life, and I want to identify those when I'm doing that. And I know that if I look, I will find that there are other times in which I can completely say no to the phone and just focus on my family. So that is my second goal. And so my third goal is to focus a little more on myself. And by that, I don't mean to necessarily pamper myself or just think about me. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that I want to focus more on me so that I can give more to my family. So, for example, and this is in the area of education. I remember that last year when I started officially doing homeschooling with my little princess, I was thinking, I was planning ahead. I was looking at all the materials for her, all the books for her, the curriculum, and just thinking about her education. But I was forgetting about me. I was forgetting about my learning because as a homeschooling mom, I think that I still need to learn. I have to learn and enrich myself, not only in homeschooling subjects, but also just for the joy of it, because I myself want to be exposed to beautiful literature and beautiful language and beautiful music, and also pursue my own interests, because in that way I will have more to give to my little princess. I will have more to share with her. I will be better equipped to be her teacher. And so I think that ultimately all that I do for myself is also going to benefit her. And so I think I had forgotten a little bit about that last year. But this year I am thinking more about education in terms of also including myself. But not only in the area of education, but also, of course, spiritually. And this is worthy to pursue no matter what your purpose is in life. If you're single, if you're married, if you have little children, or if you don't, if you have a career, or if you don't, it doesn't really matter. It's always worthy to pursue a more intimate relationship with the Lord and to pursue Him. And that's what I want to do as well. I want to spend more time in the Word of God. I want to spend more time in prayer and in His presence. And I think that all of this will also help me with my family, with that beautiful gift that He has given me. And so I also want to grow in my faith with God, and in that way I know that I'll be a better mommy and a better wife. And of course also physically to take care of myself, like I said in goal number 1. That is also gonna help me give the best of myself to my family. So that is my third goal, to focus a little more on myself. And I also want to say that all of these goals that we may have, we cannot achieve any of them without God's help. So it is He who is going to give us the strength and the wisdom that we need. And so I am presenting these goals to God, and I know that He will help me accomplish them. And so I am so excited and truly looking forward to this new year. And I know that He will be with me and He will guide me along the way. I hope that these goals inspired you somehow. And so I also wish you a very blessed year. I hope that God fills your home with so much joy and that He speaks to your hearts in so many ways. And so that is it for today's video. I want to thank you so much for being here with me and for watching. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here in this little community that I hope continues to grow. And I